Welcome to GemWebLog. In this video, we are going to discuss about JButton class. First, what is mean by JButton? It is a component that will trigger to a specific action whenever it is clicked by the user. So, it is the common button which is used frequently in all the application. When you come to the hierarchy, JButton has been derived from abstract button class and it has been derived from JComponent. JComponent has been derived from container. Container has been derived from component. Next we will see how to create JButton using various constructor. Now we will see the various method to create button. First, using default constructor, we are creating the object for button b equal to new JButton. We are not passing any caption in it. Whenever you have created it, you have to add it into the container so that it will be visible for the user. Now you can able to see a button that appears on the frame with no caption. Next method is creating JButton by passing caption into the constructor. Now I am passing caption submit. Now you can able to see the caption submit on the button. So based on the content, the size of the button will be adjusted. Next, third way of creating JButton is by passing the image icon as the argument. For this you have to create image icon im equal to icon. We are passing the image, whatever has been created, we are passing the argument for the JButton class. Now you can able to see an image icon that appears on the button. The fourth way of creating JButton is along with the string we are passing the image icon. So we are passing string along with the image icon. Now you can able to see string along with the image icon. So these are the different ways to create the button. Next we will discuss about various methods of JButton. First, set text. It's used to change the text in the button. Get text, whatever has been said, it will extract it. Now we are going to change the caption to click here, and whatever has been changed, it will extract it and it will display it on the console. Now the text has been changed to click here from submit, and whatever has been set, it will be extracted and displayed on the console. Next we will see how to align the button horizontally. Set horizontal alignment is used to set the content horizontally, and get horizontal alignment is used to extract the alignment that has been set. For this we have set the preferred size to 100 cos 40. Since the content will be since the size of the button will align with respect to the content, because of that reason we have changed the size to 100 cross 40. Now whatever has been set, we are going to extract it and display it in the console. Now you can able to see the content has been aligned to left with respect to the button, and whatever has been set, it has been extracted and displayed on the console. Since it is a constant, the integer value has been displayed. Next we will see how to align the button content with respect to y-axis. So for this we have to set vertical alignment method is used, and get vertical alignment, whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it. Now we have set the vertical alignment to bottom, whatever has been set, it will be extracted and displayed in the console. Now you can see the content has been aligned bottom of the button, and whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Next we will see how to set the font for the button. Set font is used to set the font, and get font, whatever has been set, it will set it. So now we are going to set the font family. So for this we have defined the new font, and then what type of text you wanted, whether it is a bold or italic, and then size of the text. Whatever has been set, we are going to extract it and display it on the console. Now the font has been changed, and whatever the font has been set, it has been displayed on the console. Next we will see how to set the foreground color of the button. Set foreground is used to set the foreground color of the button, and get foreground, whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Now you can able to see the foreground color has been changed to blue, and whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Next we will see how to set the background. Set background is used to set the background color of the button, and get background, whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Now the background color has been changed to green. Now you can able to see the background color of the button has been changed to green, and whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Next we will see how to set the icon for the button. Set icon is used to set the icon for the button. Get icon, whatever has been set, it will extract it. So for this we need an image icon. So we have created the image icon, and whatever the icon has been created, we are setting it inside the set icon method, and whatever has been set, we are going to extract that icon, and we are displaying it in a label. Since we are not able to see the image on the console, we are adding it in the label. Now you can able to see the icon has been set, and whatever the icon has been set, it has been extracted and displayed on the new label. Next we will see how to set the horizontal text position of the button text with respect to images. Set horizontal text position is used to set the text aligned with the images. Head horizontal text position, whatever the position has been set, it will extract it. Now we are going to align the text of the button left side of the images, and whatever has been set, we are going to extract it and we are going to display it on the console. Now you can able to see the text has been aligned left side of the images. If we want to move on right side, you can able to set as right. Now you can see the text has been aligned right side of the images. Now we will see how to align the text with respect to images vertically, and get vertical text position, whatever has been said, it will extract it and display it. Now we are going to align the text of the button with respect to images vertically on the top of the images. Now whatever has been set, we are going to extract it and display it in the console. Now you can able to see the text has been aligned top of the images. If I say it is a bottom, text will be aligned at the bottom of the images. Next we will see how to maintain a space or gap between text and the icon inside the button. Set icon text gap is used to set the gap between the content and the images, and whatever the gap that has been set, it will be extracted and displayed on the console. Now you can able to see the gap between the images and the text. Whatever the gap that has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Set enable is used to set the component to be enable or disable, and is enable, it will determine whether the component is enabled or disabled. Now we are going to disable the button, and is enabled to check whether the button has been enabled or not. Now you can see that the button has been disabled, and also is enable has written false since the button has been disabled mode. Next is disabled icon. How to set the disabled icon using set disable method. Get disable method, whatever the icon that has been set, it will extracted. In order to execute this method, you have to create the image icon first, and then we have to make the button to be disabled. Once it is disabled, whatever the icon that we are passing it, now you can able to see that the button is disabled. When it is disabled, the icon has been changed to new icon. Whatever the icon that has been set for disabled one, it is extracted and displayed on the new label. Next we will see set pressed icon. Whenever the button is pressed, the new icon will be set to, and whatever the icon that has been set, it will be extracted and display it on the new label. So it is the original icon. Whenever it is pressed, it has been converted into a new icon. Whatever the icon that has been set, it will be extracted and displayed on the new label. Next, this is a set selected icon. Is used to set the icon whenever the button is selected. Get selected icon, whatever the icon that has been set, it will extract it and display it. So for this we have to make the selected option as true for the button. For this, be selected true has been used, and once it is selected, the new icon will be set, and whatever has been set here, we are going to extract it and display it on the new label. And we are now it has been selected mode, so the new icon has been set. Whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the new label. When it is not selected, now you can able to see the old icon has been set. Next, it is a set rollover icon. Set rollover icon is used to set the icon to be displayed whenever the mouse is rolled over the button, and whatever the icon that has been set for rolled over, it will extract it and display it on the label. Now it is old icon. Whenever the mouse is rolled over that particular button, the new icon has been displayed, and whatever has been displayed, it has been extracted and displayed on the new label. Next, we will see how to set the border for the button. So for this, we have to create the class for the, we have to create the object for the border class. Okay, whatever has been created, it will be passed as the argument for set border, and whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Import the package javax swing.border package. Now you can able to see that the border has been set over the button, and whatever border has been set, it is extracted and displayed on the console. Now we will set how to set the tooltip. Set tooltip is used, and whatever has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. So whenever the mouse is moved over the button, you can able to see the tooltip has been appeared. Whatever the tooltip that has been set, it will extract it and display it on the console. Next, we will see how to set the mnemonic for the button. You can able to specify either the string or the key code. Set mnemonic is used to set the mnemonic key, whereas get mnemonic, whatever has been set, it will extract it. Now we will see the set mnemonic using character. So particular character will be underlined in the button. Now you can able to see the T character has been underlined. The same mnemonic can be set using key code. So for this, key event has been included. So yes, key has been taken for mnemonic. If you are going to use this method, means you have to include the package javax.awd.event package, and whatever has been set, it will be extracted and displayed. Now you can able to see the yes button has been underlined. If I give Alt yes, the button will be selected. So the shortcut key for this, Alt T you can use it. Here Alt yes you can use it. Whenever you are going to click the buttons for multiple times, okay, that gap between the clicks has been set to 500 milliseconds. So you can able to perform click only after 500 milliseconds. So here, so the when I go for multiple press, I can't able to press continuously. So the gap between the consecutive click is 500 milliseconds. If I am not setting this, now I am clicking the button for multiple times, I can able to click the buttons continuously. So whereas the time gap is 0. If the same thing, if I am setting it for 500 millisecond, means I will not able to click my buttons continuously. So here it will be disabled. So I can able to click the button after 500 millisecond. Now I can able to click it. Thank you.